Throw Gang, we are joined by the governor of the guest bathroom, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the Bamboo Baron, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Lawrence, what precipitated this enormous shit you took in my bathroom as soon as you walked in? And yo, I was peeing.
Enormous.
I was peeing in the other bathroom, and I walk out of my room, and you're like the kid that like goes to his mom's like, yo, Mom, I just threw up. You're like, do you have any more TP? I was like, yeah, it's under the sink.
First of all, you left one sheet there.
That's all you need.
Like
to
a booby trap.
Dab the tip.
Like a booty trap. First of all, it was a normal-sized, average shit.
Okay.
But yes, I had a very...
Shout out my mud brethren.
But I had a very European-style lunch, which consisted of...
Yeah, it started at what, like 2 p.m., went to 5:30?
1 p.m. to like 3:30.
Okay.
You know, just catching up with the homie, Greg Babcock. Shout out, Greg. But, yo, it was a 3-beer lunch. I wasn't about to have 4. Was like, yo, that's a bit too much because I'm about to come here and drink a double IPA.
Yeah, we're smoking on that resin.
I just drank a couple Budweisers, had a BLT. Shout out fucking Finelli.
Fries?
Of course, dude.
Yeah.
Never substituting for fucking salad.
Best fries in Soho.
Maybe a solid fry for sure. But honestly, my favorite BLT that you're gonna. I don't think I order BLTs anywhere else, but that's my go-to when I go there.
Usually, because what's a BLT run you, like 15, right?
No,
that seems like a fucking. No, I'm saying not vanilla, just normally. That seems like a upstanding establishment. That seems like a fucking getting ripped off every time.
The around $20 sandwich is like the biggest fucking crime against humanity in New York City. The worst. You can't fucking. That's why I never order. Well, you gotta go to a bodega and get a bodega sandwich. You can't be going like Olives, which is delicious, but
that's why I never order steak, because steak is the markup on steak is wild, and it's like I know that
So if you want steak, you're gonna like go to not maybe Luger's, but you're gonna go to Raoul's, maybe a specific place where you know it's gonna be good.
I just never really order the steak unless it's like a dedicated steakhouse or if some brand is paying for the bill. You know what I mean?
Okay, touche. But yes, again, to be clear on the record, normal size shit. just want to be crystal fucking clear to all of our friends.
You haven't pulled a Larry in a minute. Was this your first time shitting in the new crib?
No, I don't think so. I think this is the.
You got the place wired though. Like you're like, yo, the seat leans a little left.
I will say this was like the Godfather 2 of shits. It's a sequel that absolutely holds up, and you might say surpasses the original.
There was a parallel storyline happening.
Yeah, well, you fucking peeing in the other bathroom was the parallel storyline.
Right.
Anyway,
before we get into wealth and perversion, pants, bitch. Matching with celebs on dating apps.
Jesus Christ.
Personal questions.
You just blew out everyone's ears.
Let's start with these shorts. We have one pair in the building because Rylan is currently shooting the product shots. But yeah, tell us about these shorts.
Product shots is good. Okay. So obviously James and I talked about this a bit last week, and the tease is fucking on if you follow the goddamn motherfucking boys on social media. So basically, for all intents and purposes, and I don't have the figures in front of me, the original mean green shorts, which were a blank that we bought, that we printed on, that we then had hemmed, were such a fucking smashing success. I think it's really up there.
Is that our number one seller?
I think it honestly might be top 2. I think free your mind when it comes to pure. Are you going to stand the whole time?
Well, when we're talking shorts, just so people could see the shorts. Also, I definitely for our people talk about how we don't have enough incentives for the $10 and $20 gang. Yo,
you look powerful as fuck.
Whoever's
right
watching
now.
this on YouTube just saw a very crisp outline of my wiener.
Oh, sure, totally, absolutely. Which is obviously one of the benefits of wearing 5-inch mesh shorts this summer. So basically, we are running back the general concept of the mean greens because you guys fucking asked for them. We're back. So we have 3 colorways. We are doing the Juicy Jimmies. It's a fine wine burgundy.
It's like a chilled Pinot Noir, I would say.
Then we got the Lucky Larry's, which is the son of mean green, which is a Kelly green versus the Hunter green Pantone of the year we did last time. And then we have...
Holding them up next to each other.
They're different. They're
different. The Kelly green is obviously a lot more brighter, a lot more like... It's like a fresh cut lawn.
Yeah, if you have the original mean greens, this is a different short for sure. Maybe you're not like a green stan. Maybe you're not a grown man with a favorite color like me. So just know that they are different if you do have the OGs. And then we have the black Health Goth pair. Woo! You know, Health Goth is this cool new trend.
Just happened.
That's bubbling. So we wanted to capitalize on that. We are going to sell a party pack, a darty pack.
Darty pack.
And I think
a shardy pack.
A shardy pack, which is actually really funny because I have a question I want to ask you about. No. I want to ask a question to you about potentially sharding, but that's neither here nor there. We are selling all of them singles, loosies, for 50 bones. I believe we're close to.
Which is, once again, the person that we partnered with was like, that's pretty low for what the quality is and for what the production costs are. You're really cutting your margins here, and we're like, we're the people's champions. Yeah, we are the people's champions, right? We don't give a fuck.
The whole time you've been talking, you've been above the frame. But you really are above the fray.
I know. And it $50 a pair, which is $10 more than the original Mean Greens, but we are tweaking the shipping, so hopefully, if you're in the continental U.S., you can get these on your doorstep. The turnaround is going to be a lot quicker, I think.
Fingers crossed. Right? Well, it's like what is happening or has happened or is happening as we speak with the dark mode, where we have found the kind of factories and suppliers that while we're
fuck with the vision.
Yeah, and while we're still like trying to set you guys up for success by not promising, we're not trying to overpromise and underdeliver. The only podcast that matters is absolutely not about that. Fingers crossed they're going to come faster, and then there's going to be a darty pack. You can get them for $120, all three.
So these were the mesh was hand poked by Israeli children. We spared no expense, right?
People were saying that the three colors are like the Pan-African flag and also a little bit of minus white Palestinian flag.
Yeah, free Palestine.
You already know #Free Palestine all fucking day.
What do we got here?
Okay, so let's start for the reason that these are more expensive than the Mean Greens, and let's get into the nuts and bolts real quick.
More expensive, much more higher quality.
This is true cut and sew. We are not using blanks. A buddy of ours, shout out Greg, who basically is has a doctorate in mesh shorts.
Shortsology.
He put us in touch with a factory in Connecticut that all they do is fucking mesh jerseys and shorts. So this is a made in the USA cut and sew. We hand selected the mesh, not just to get the colors we want, but these are a bit more. It's a bit more tactile. There's heft to it.
It's a wider gauge. Those Duke lacrosse players that were in trouble a few years ago, they were probably wearing.
That gauge was too high.
Wearing shit that was made in the same factory as ours.
I don't know if I want to necessarily align myself with those absolute fucking savages, but yes, these are 5-inch inseam mesh shorts. We added split hems to the seam there. Just a little bit more movement, a little more of a casual athletic vibe. They come complete with pockets deep enough for your fucking iPhone.
That was the one detail people are always asking for. Kind of like
you need the right pocket length.
Well, people are always asking for like excruciating detail into the whole collaborative process.
Yes,
and that was the one thing. The samples came back fucking slapping. We were like, yo, definitely add some polymer to the screen print so that it's long lasting. The OG Mean Greens, I've thrashed those. For a year.
The printing job on those is real nice.
And the Throwing Fits logo is not faded. What's 1 iota. And then the pocket length was the one thing that we were like, yo, we need a deeper pocket, not as deep as the baggies.
No,
I want my fucking iPhone slapping up like clapping cheeks.
We need
style.
Something between an iPod Nano and then the baggie for like the iPhone brick. We're trying to meet somewhere in the middle so that there is form with function. These will be coming out next Thursday,
May 20th. Pre-order. Thursday through Saturday.
Yep, you know the vibe.
21st to 22nd.
Do not sleep. If they do come back, like these kind of came back in a version 2.0, they will be in different colors. So if you like what
let's not get there.
If you like what you see, you have 72 hours to do the damn thing. No, I don't talk in elastic waistbands.
Okay,
I don't do that. That's kind of one of my. If you would have read my interview, or not my interview, if you would have read my my quotes about tucking to Blackbird spy plane. Who may or may not be on the pod the week after next.
Don't give it away. We're not even behind the paywall yet.
Yes, you would know that I will never tuck into an elastic waistband. Or I say that now. I don't know if that'll change. I probably won't tuck with these. No, honestly, though, tucking a tee might not look bad in these, honestly.
And even though we're masks
off. I wouldn't tuck a shirt.
Even though we're masks off and
fuck
CDC,
it, mask off.
Says no mask, I will... Last summer, I wore the Mean Greens to every fucking park hang, every darty, worked out in them, traveled in them. They're fucking great.
What can't these shorts do?
They really, yes. And this summer, the way that I want to style them is I'm very actually much looking forward to wearing like long sleeve, like more Larry style button downs over them. Okay. Not just like the campies or with the short sleeve, but like the the Stussy Our Legacy big stripe
More of
shirt.
like a fly yuppie scum.
Yeah, and then a little fucking dad hat. Exactly.
Yeah. I will say we treat the throw gang like working mothers. You can have it all, and these are going to be shorts, like James said, for fucking every occasion besides probably weddings. Probably don't want to wear these to a summer wedding. Maybe
like
a beach wedding?
The rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, rehearsal dinner at a beach wedding.
The second wedding.
I think it plays. So again, burgundy.
It's a big divorce summer. Maybe people are going to get married at the end of the summer, you know?
Yeah, to recap, $50 next week, the 20th. Burgundy, Kelly green, black, $50 a piece. Presumably $120 for the fucking Shardy pack. This is the tentpole merch moment that, like I said, we learned that last year. This is what the people want. We're trying to give you what you want, but again, continuing to iterate. This truly is a version 2.0. So if you want to ask the thousands of people that have thousands of throw gang that have Mean Green 1.0, they can attest to how good that is. This is literally, truly a better product because if we were going to run it back, we wanted to one up ourselves.
Last point, sizing. I am a
right.
32. I'm a true medium on bottoms, and I am wearing a medium in the Pod Shorts 2.0 V2.
This is great advice. They are
They're
true.
elastic. They're elastic mesh.
Right.
Shorts.
They are
Like,
true to
you're gonna be
size.
okay.
I will say,
Just get somewhere near your sizing, and you'll be good.
I will say that I am kind of like a true 33. I definitely can code switch between Wayfish Twink and a little bit of Duke lacrosse player, so somewhere in between. With that said, having tried on both the mediums and the larges, I personally prefer the large. So keep that in mind. If you are a 34 waist, but you wear medium and baggies, I would say go for the large with these. And if you're in between sizes, just size up. It shouldn't be a problem. The fit between them, the length and everything else is basically exactly spot on the same. It really just is a little bit more elasticity in the waist. So thank you for my, because sizing is important. I want to field zero fucking customer service on this if possible.
Please direct all questions to throwingfitsmerch@gmail.com.
Yeah, everyone who wants them.
At Ryland Henderson.
Everyone who wants them is going to be able to get them. Pre-order vibes as always. Do not sleep. I know a lot of you had regrets about this fucking, I don't know when these came out, sometime last year with the meat, or I don't know, 2 years ago now. When the fuck did those come out? God damn.
Okay, last point, and then let's get into a fit check,
Anyway,
drink check, and then run a
don't
show.
fucking blow it is my point.
Is for anyone that is like, oh my God, I wish I gotten the loafers. When are you guys redoing them? Oh my God, I wish I gotten, the face-off tee. Oh my God, I wish I gotten the pants. Oh my God, the DMA boots. $50. I know that's not nothing, but don't fucking blow it.
Yeah.
Don't have FOMO next summer because I honestly, this might be it. I think we call it on the mean greens
the
on the
fact
shorts.
that 3 colorways are coming out and you can fucking buy a pack.
We can sew them together and go to a fucking rally and free Palestine. Yes, or celebrate the Pan-African diaspora. Yes,
I'm not ready to rinse these like you clearly are. With that said, don't be the guy, like Jimmy said, that's going to hit us up because all you're going to get is, from me at least, I hate it had to be you. Because that's really, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Get them while the getting is good. Son of Mean Green, Fine Wine, Health Goth. We need a better name for the black ones. I don't even know.
Health Goth.
Dark
night
darkness.
Night mode?
Night mode?
The Black Larrys?
We're how Larry sees himself. I am transracial after all. I don't know. Whatever. There will be some fucking goofy, funny name on the site. It doesn't affect.
Back in black.
Back in black. There we go. It doesn't affect the quality of the shorts, despite how bad the name may or may not be. So do yourself a favor. And,
you know we're gonna be keeping track of the Juicy Jimmies versus the Lucky Larrys.
Don't do that.
And I do think that Juicy Jimmy is a little in the lead right now with the overall reception.
I
has
agree.
been a color that I have been chasing since the first tee, and I'm not saying it's.
But you're acting like this isn't a group decision. Where we're like, oh yeah, these are all great colors together.
All I'm saying is that if you want to vote, if you want to continue white supremacy, like I know all you whites out there do, buy yourself a pair of Kelly Greens in addition to the Juicy Jimmies. Come on, don't let me pull ahead. That's all I'm saying.
Well, now no one's gonna buy the green, and we like fucking lose a third of our sales just because you want a grandstand.
All
anyway.
right, let's get into a fit check.
Oh yeah, and you're wearing obviously for anyone who's on the $10 and up tier, you saw this man literally grandstanding and lording over the fucking podcast.
Yo, you know what's great is that by the time this hits YouTube, the shorts pre-order will be closed. So if you want to see them now,
oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean,
they're level up your tier.
They're going to be on socials and shit. We have to we're not gatekeeping our own products, so we make less money.
The product is only behind the paywall.
So you're wearing the shorts, and what else are you wearing? A t-shirt,
a vintage Comme des Garçons shirt. that I got off Grailed and many years ago, and some Hanes boxers.
I wore Gucci loafers to the crib. Shout out our boy Alan, who flowed us some tasty fucking horse bits. Thank you very much, Alan. I am wearing no-name black dress socks. I am wearing Realtree Carhartt carpenter pants. I have another broadcloth shirt, Bengal stripe. This is Gitman vintage, and then freshly shorn and looking good, courtesy of the courtesy of the best barber in New York, Rob McMillan at Mildred. Thank you, Rob.
Best barber shop.
Well, I say that Rob is the. Shout out Paul, shout out E Holmes, shout out the whole squad. But pound for my money, you already know I'm riding or dying for Rob McMillan.
You can't. Obviously, all props to Rob, but how can you determine that when
Bro, it's a
you only
podcast.
get
I just
your,
say things and I just by saying them they're true. I just say things and they become
the drink check
perception
is
reality.
The beers that I have left over from my family reunion that I hosted.
Smoking on that resin. This shit sucks.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Don't buy this, by the way.
I've been eating the food that I got for the family reunion for the full week and drinking the beer that I've for just a week now.
Do you
6
normally
days.
fuck with 6 Point? I love the crisp. I love the crisp Pilsner. That shit
I think
slaps.
6 Point was one of those like early like craft brews that was like in every fucking Brooklyn bar where you're like, oh, let me get the. I'll take
What's
6 Point.
the other popular one?
Like just Brooklyn Brewery.
No, they're popular style.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, the crisp and like the Bengali, the Bengali.
The Bengali. Yeah, this shit is ass, bro. This is
ass. It is 9%
I hope that picked
alcohol,
up on
and
Mike.
so my
Yeah.
fucking cousin who slammed
cop?
3 of these. No, the cousin that slammed 3 of these.
Do people know that your cousin is a cop?
No, thank you for outing him.
Excuse me, detective.
Yes,
right?
Thank you for outing that.
What unit does he work in? Like
I'm not gonna
SVU, narcotics?
No, I'm not gonna like put his info out there and have people murder him. But he did. He was the only guy that had a beer request, and being a fucking Irish American cop was like Guinness. And there's a miscommunication, and so 3 different people brought Guinness, and now I have like 8 Guinnesses in my fridge.
Yeah. Which you
never
hate.
gonna get drank.
I like Guinness a lot, and as I told you earlier, I would like to just clear up some misconceptions about Guinness. I know you think the idea is that it's heavy and you're drinking a loaf of beer. 125 loaf of beer. It's only 125 calories, so it's in terms of like a lighter beer. Guinness actually a lot of taste, not a lot of calories.
Lawrence, if you're
This episode brought to you by the good folks at Guinness Brewery.
and look,
I like it. It's a
I'm
favorite of mine.
proud son of the Republic. But like, if you're calorie counting and putting on the back burner like taste, everything like that, like, do you?
I'm not calorie counting. I'm just clearing up some misconceptions.
You have an ED?
No, I mean honestly,
right?
I mean if that's what it's going to take to get me to my goal weight.
Yeah, don't drink double IPAs. I think double IPAs in general are just fucking too intense. It feels like you're licking the bottom of the brewer's like casket. Or whatever.
Yeah, the fact that it's called resin.
Yeah,
like you're drinking the
dregs.
Though it's the or
they
like the
scrape down the fucking giant copper barrels.
I'm not like a weed head, but smoking resin is wax, right? That's like the extra strong shit for like nerds. Like if you're a nerd weed guy, like not like Action Bronson's a nerd, but you know what I mean.
You clean out your pipe, you clean out everything, and like you're basically scraping all the gummy shit off the sides of the wall, and then balling that up into. I don't think it's like wax.
I thought that was a term now that people use to like describe whatever.
Maybe
if you are a fucking stoner weed nerd. Tap into. You don't actually have to text them. We don't really care. But you could tap into the comments on YouTube.com/throwingfits or on Patreon.com/throwingfits and let us know what exactly is it when you smoke resin. But all we need to know is not to drink resin, and we are well aware of that now.
All right, this has been a banner week for Throwing Fits. Not only are we talking about the only shorts that matter and the only pod that matters, we were.
What do you think of that sell? How would you rate that sell? I know you were kind of
great sell.
Okay.
Great sell. Against
10
all
out of 10.
odds. I'm trying to intro a segment here.
Oh, sorry.
Against all odds.
Sorry, bro.
Against all the fucking powers that be.
Me?
The old guard. No. We are the vanguard, but fucking the old guard. The dinosaurs, the giant media conglomerates, despite all their efforts to hold us down like the fucking UK against my Irish brethren.
Like the resin we are.
We were able to get quoted on GQ.com in some article that, will never make it in print, which is a first. Like,
Well, not a first, but the first in a while.
Well, we know that we've talked about this, that there's a TF ban at One World Trade.
When Rachel was on the pod, I know we like bantered about this, but I don't know if it made it in, but her whole thing was, she was like, you don't get written about because you just bite our shit.
Sure.
Was that her point?
Okay, Chuck says resin is the sticky stuff that's left over after you smoke it. I'm pretty sure wax is concentrated weed. That's what I was
Okay.
saying.
All right. I thought it was like a slang term. Whatever.
I think
Fucking
she was like, you steal our shit, and we're like,
Whoops.
oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Big fits of the week or grooming gods. Yeah, that we totally rip that shit all the fucking time.
Sure.
We were quoting this article about the title, which was a great title, was by B-U-Y, Yuppie Scum.
Who's the
and
author? We should shout him
Jason
out.
Diamond.
Yo, shout out Jason. Apparently he was like fan of the pod.
fan
I mean,
of the
that's why he
pod.
reached out, obviously, because he fucks with the vision.
Big fan of the pod. So we kind of have different interpretations of this trend, which without a doubt is having a moment, right? But what is it is a little unclear. And I think that in our answers to him, which were, of course, supremely pared down, where we got like just a few quotes in, which is like what's going to happen.
But we
every single
talked about
time.
it for like 45 minutes on the
talked
phone,
about
which
it
is
for a
what
very long
that
time.
happens. I mean, that's to be expected.
Whenever people are asking us for a quote, we end up just giving them a full interview, which like who the fuck is like when's the throwing fits?
We were doing the phone
profile
interview
now.
like together. So if you're not even just like, doing a 3-way call, but if you have us sitting next to each other on the couch at Chateau Jimbo and you tap in, we are going to fucking weave you a
because
tale.
neither
That's
of
what
us
we
wants
do.
to give the other person the last word.
No. Well, maybe. I will say that we were seemingly on the same page.
To piggyback off Jimmy, to echo Lawrence, actually.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I think we were more or less on the same page. I guess the first question I would have for you and for anyone who hasn't read this article or has but is maybe still confused about like what exactly is the kind of 50,000 degree foot view from these two thought leaders, what is this trend to you specifically?
Okay, and it's most basic, just like describing what the trend is. It is it's a version. It's like a sub trend of vintage, right? Where it is people that are wearing and signaling clothing, tote bags, items that all are from older institutions that reflect, and institutions and brands that reflect or signify wealth or
Country
opulence.
clubs, Rolex, Land Rover,
Yeah.
even certain restaurants.
Banks, right?
Banks,
like Bank
obviously,
Merch, which
yeah,
is like its
financial
own fucking
institutions,
thing. So that's kind of it, right? So it's people wearing like Lehman Brothers hats, wearing like old like Merrill Lynch tote bags, country clubs or yacht clubs you've never even fucking heard of.
Sure.
Whether they're bootlegs or real, is its own thing. And then I would lump in even a little bit of like vintage like art exhibition merch.
You mentioned that in the
Right.
article, yeah.
And so that at its most like superficial, just describing what it is level is what this trend is. What we kind of depart ways on is why is this trend resonating right now, and
Sure.
do you fuck with this trend? I
Yeah.
guess is like, do you fuck with this trend?
I think that between both of us, I mean, listen, you are never going to catch me wearing fucking sporty and rich in the streets. And you're probably not going to ever catch me with a Lehman Brothers, banker bag slung over my shoulder. With that said, I think between us, I probably own the most like egregious examples of this in the form of 2 bootleg Rolex hats
Right.
that I own. Whereas you probably are more of like the art merch guy, which is like a little bit more, I would say, like cerebral than like the more like you talked about in the article. You said what people can't own a masterpiece, but it's cool to like have the Monet exhibit or the
and this isn't the stuff
Cezanne
this isn't the stuff that Gallagher wrote about when it's
Matisse.
like the shirts, whatever, like fake Monet Water Willies merch, right? This is like
Shirts
actual,
2000 Andrew Quo shit, yeah.
specifically like actual vintage
From the exhibition.
from the
It's
old-
like merch from a
exactly.
gift shop. I think
Exactly.
that so right. So I think we differ there in that like you probably wouldn't be caught dead in like the very I wouldn't even call them gauche because like to me Rolex is not a gauche brand, right? And neither is Land Rover and a lot of these and a lot of these
yes, it is.
and a lot of these institutions that are people are slapping on bootleg tees and bootleg hats and things like that. A lot of these to me are like legacy prestige brands that actually like make amazing product. Like, and okay, I'm not here to debate whether like a Land Rover is the best fucking 4x4 to bring on a safari, but like a Rolex watch
Or like a Herman Miller tote or some shit.
But though I guess Herman Miller is the champagne of chairs. Herman Miller High Life, right? And I will say that Rolex is, in terms of watches, is like an amazing piece of machinery. And even though a lot of its value is like wrapped up in the brand and the logo, just like a Mercedes or like a lot of other shit that we've mentioned, I will say that like I have appreciation for that stuff. For me, I think that this trend I would approach trends in two ways. Like aesthetically, what are we talking about, and why do we think it's popular because of the aesthetics of it? And then what does it mean like emotionally for the wearer? The aesthetic thing for me, my theory, which we kind of talked to Jason about, that didn't make an article, is I really see like this kind of shit being the center of a Venn diagram. That of two of the biggest trends that we've seen in recent memory. One would be normcore, right? A lot of this kind of like vintage, older stuff. Zizmorcore obviously is like kind of like an offshoot of that.
Small,
tasteful,
small brand, small logos.
Yeah, or even
graphics.
or even if it's a bigger graphic, it's like it's a tasteful font with good kerning or whatever. And then the other fucking circle that makes up this Venn diagram is the over the top gauche flexing logo mania and that we've seen from streetwear and even high fashion, that you could even probably be like, a guy wearing a Miri jeans with a fucking python skin popping through his knees is here to like shout from the rooftops how much the thing costs. So I really do see this kind of as the tasteful middle ground between
so far.
These two things, because with normcore, you could argue that like, hey, you just look straight up dusty. And with this other shit, the Amiri, the Supreme, whatever, Balenciaga, you just look like a gauche fucking loser. But there's a way to combine these things aesthetically, and this is where you kind of land on the sweet spot, the bullseye. So that's why I think it's hyped up and happening and getting articles written about in GQ right now. Aesthetically speaking, that is my kind of galaxy brain etymology.
Aesthetically, yeah, no, it's definitely preferable to,
Well, both those things, right?
whatever
that we
the fuck,
mentioned.
yeah,
right.
whatever the fuck you're talking about. It definitely is like,
No,
it's
I
not
don't know.
minimalism and it's not normcore.
Right.
The pendulum is swinging back this way. It swung so far back.
Right.
Or
It's
I guess
some
it
medium
wasn't even
between
part of the
these,
same
yeah.
spectrum. Like kids wearing Balenciaga and Supreme. Well, I don't know, whatever. Aesthetically, sure, it's definitely more Zood board friendly.
Yes,
than your
exactly.
fucking Amiri head to toe.
If you don't
basic
have
brunch
actual
bitch.
good taste, you could be like, oh, see, look, I like the thing that everyone else likes to some
me,
degree,
though,
right?
I guess like going a little deeper, there's two kind of ways that people wear this. One is absolute subversion, right? Where the guy that let off the article, Ernest Wilkins,
Shout out
in
Ernest.
Chicago, is like, I'm a black dude carrying around a banker bag, makes people do a double take where it's like, wait, like your people aren't
You?
like, or like
What?
Yeah, or it's kind of like being like, yeah, like, okay, my dad couldn't join the country club because he was Jewish or woman or black. But guess what, motherfucker? I can wear the merch now.
Sure.
Right?
Suck my dick.
But the other part of it is, I think this is just, not to be someone who hates white people, but fuck all whites.
But famously, you hate white people.
Been saying it since 86.
Since you slid out?
Yeah.
Since you slid into the game?
Since I slid out.
Safe.
Exactly. Head first. Yeah, it's like, trying to make like white things cool again, right? Where it's like, oh, like banks, oh, country clubs.
Yo.
And then but then to me, it's really almost to romanticize wealth. Yes, it's of yesteryear, but it is still like the even more gauche than trying to fucking wear something that is like, I paid $1,500 for this, where it's like, I romanticize Lehman Brothers, the guys that fucking caused the 2008 fiscal crisis,
Right.
depression.
Yeah.
Right?
Recession, yeah.
Recession. It's recession. Cheesy, maybe that's the outro music.
Yeah.
And then it's like perverse to be like, I mean, when is flaunting, when is being cool when is being rich or acting like you're rich or looking like you're rich ever really been cool? And I know that yes, there is like this resurgence of prep and Ivy,
Which always
and, like,
happens. Which
and, like,
always
opulence
happens every couple of years.
Every couple of years, but it always just it never lasts for a reason.
Sure.
And I think that putting wealth, like uber wealth, the kind that like the if you know type of wealth, on a pedestal,
unattainable wealth,
kind of gross. And it really is, not to be like old man yells at cloud, but like this whole
old man yells at cloud.
As things open up and we're entering the whoring 20s, that doesn't mean that the narcissism has to like go fucking nuclear, right? And like, I made this pun the other day, but like, BLM going from Black Lives Matter into like ball like me. Episode title.
I love how I was like, that's a bad pun, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to say that on the podcast. To your point about white culture, though, I will say this is the one, and I, as a white person, but I will still agree with you. The joke is always that white people have no culture, but actually, white people have culture. But that culture is bullshit, like superficial wealth and exclusionary
capitalism,
gatekeeping. Capitalism, straight up fucking commerce, and honestly colonialism in like a very roundabout way. So I would I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you that this
I guess
is
like even aesthetically, if having the Rolex logo on a cap is like better than 90% of what's out there right now, I still think that at its when you kind of think about it, it is fucking corny that you have you went to the watch store to get a hat, and that's some fucking broke boy shit. Like, I know you have the Rolex.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm a Rolex
don't
owner.
Wear the fucking
so I can be a
don't wear the
Rolex
fucking
wearer.
Range Rover merch.
Right.
Push a Range Rover if that's like what's important to you, right?
Yeah.
Or don't wear a fucking yacht club hat. Join the yacht club if that's truly what's important to you. Is belonging to this like ultra turbo wealth.
So then here's the next layer of this as two retired professional podcasters and clothing designers that released an extremely opulent, an extremely baroque bourgeoisie tee featuring a seafood tower on the back, which gets a little bit of shine in this article. Was that in your mind when we putting that out? You're like, oh, this is subversive, this is ironic? No, I mean there was sincerity in that. So
yeah.
I think that goes against a little bit about what you're saying and how these things can be worn in an acceptable manner.
For sure. But there's a difference between ordering the seafood tea and throwing out all of it or throwing it in the face your Guatemalan server versus ordering a $50 or $60
yeah,
long
please, anyone who bought the seafood tower tea, please don't throw anything in the face of your Guatemalan servers.
That seafood tower tea was meant to celebrate it didn't make it into the article, but a potent cocktail of various substance abuse.
So when you went on the record in like that weird moment where you're like telling that guy the cocktail of illegal substances that you were on, and after the fact you're like, oh damn, maybe I shouldn't have gone on the record.
No, you said that.
Well, I said you were like, was that weird that I said that? I was like, well, you went on the record and it didn't make it in the article, and you're kind of like, not that we're not transparent as fuck. And listen, sorry for partying. I mean, this podcast is about a lot of things. John's, great, perfect politics and takes, male friendship, and obviously completely unhinged drug abuse. Now, with that said, you probably didn't think that by going on the record that would then give him the power to just put it on Twitter.
Yeah,
which then Rob put on the Reddit.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
thanks for nothing, Rob. What were you on? You were on coke, MDMA,
mushrooms, and like 1,000 beers. Models with the fellows. I guess the seafood tower is kind of meant to be a celebratory moment where, like, all of last year, it was kind of these like things where it's like, yo, you can't go to the bar, you can't do regular shit, you can't go to the restaurant. Go to your fishmonger, right? And everyone order one single lobster tail. Go to the fishmonger and get fucking a dozen oysters and shuck them shits in the park.
Yeah.
Get level up and get the instead of the second cheapest bottle of wine at the restaurant, get the third cheapest bottle of wine at the restaurant. So that was kind of like the messaging that we tried to put.
And we talked about this a bit, and I asked you the loaded ass question because obviously you already know I had my answer. I think that a lot of the shit that we're kind of railing against that is getting mentioned in this article, or not railing against, but the shit that we kind of stand in opposition to, like, it's being worn to like celebrate the wrong stuff. Whereas the seafood tower tea, if you go back and fucking listen to the pod where we fucking QVC'd the shit out of that before it dropped too, the receipts are right there. We were talking about celebrating, it's a celebratory moment with the homies. It's something that you would enjoy in
with
a group,
your partner,
right?
With your girl,
if
with
you're
your
going
boy.
to if you're going to spend a little change, make sure that you're but think about doing it the right way for the right reasons. And I'd like to think that's like what separates the throw gang from like whatever fucking fin bro that is buying like the same maybe Monet tee that you're trying to get from Chickies. Well, probably not that because they're not that sophisticated, but at least in terms of like those guys when they wear their fucking vintage banker swag or their they show up in the cool Land Rover tee to brunch. The reasoning behind that, the impetus is probably nefarious because those guys. They can't do anything the right way.
To echo your point, Lawrence, apparently I got a trend report from Midtown today from Dick Sucking Ron, who went back to the office. He said that all these fin bros have moved on from Corpo Gorpo to now they're all wearing Jordans.
What?
Yeah, and a lot of it has to be the fact that sneakers and Jordans have entered this realm of like being assets.
Sure.
Right, and being like investments.
But you wouldn't wear them if they were assets. But yeah,
it's more that the status symbol signifies.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
where it's like that I paid $1,600 for these.
Sure.
You know that I paid $2,000 for these. Because these fucks don't these chinless Henrys don't have a plug. They don't have fucking CM5K. They don't have Charlie.
Shout out Charlie. CM5K. Yeah, those I guess I see that. I mean, those guys have ruined a lot of stuff. I mean, the sled game is a little bit fucked up. I mean, you might see like the most fire pair of fucking Gucci loafers stomping around, in the financial district or Midtown. It just is what it is. I mean, that's part of it. And that's where a lot of the corpo-gorpo kind of hierarchy that we talked about before comes from, where it's like, I'm in the Gonia because I'm better than you in the Columbia or North Face or whatever. So I'm not surprised. I'm kind of surprised to hear that because that doesn't seemingly fit the dress code. But at the same time, it's they ruined watches. They ruined a lot of stuff.
And I'm sure a lot of it is like, yo, you've been working from home. You've been working in sweats and slides and everything. Just come to the office and we're super cash, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure that it's an office Benny where it's like, you don't have to dress up.
It's a new post-Panini thing. But yo, listen, I feel like
on dead stock, you're shitty J's.
And you know what? If you're a fucking sneakerhead, if you're a hype beast and you're bummed out about these guys playing in your sandbox, you did it to your fucking self. I mean, that's this is all that we've been talking about lately with fucking NFTs and all this fucking commerce versus art. This is I almost acted a bit more surprised that now that we've unpacked it a bit than I am now. I was like, duh, obviously, of course.
And you know what?
Shout out Dick Second Wrong. Thanks for the trend report.
The last thing about this Yuppie Scum trend is that sure.
Are we yuppies, by the way? Let's be real.
At its very core, young urban professionals, urban in the fact that we live in a city, not in
which is the one time that white people have used urban in a way that wasn't a pejorative against POCs.
Right.
Or upwardly mobile also is another term. That young, upwardly mobile professional.
Yumpies?
No, but no, the U it could also be upwardly mobile.
Sure. Yeah, I guess technically, right? We're young.
Check the Wikipedia page. You don't think I did my research before coming here to podcast?
We're young. We live in the city. We're professionals. We get paid for what we do.
We're upwardly mobile, I guess, to some degree.
I have a mobile phone.
It depends. It depends how these shorts do.
We're filling upwards.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, we're young, filling upwards.
We're yuppies. I think it would be, and I think that I want to be clear because I think that people could absolutely listen to this and then point the finger at us. I think we have enough self-awareness to admit that. I think and I know yuppie isn't really a term that people use anymore, but we are technically.
But yuppies were in the '80s when this term was a thing. It was yo, you are it's conspicuous consumerism, right? These were the first fucking hype beasts.
Well, I think it was
it really is the cut of your suit, your belt, where you eat, where you party, the drugs you do. That was it was some American Psycho shit. That was the birth of yuppie.
Yo, it's exactly like the term hype beast and a lot of other terms where originally it was used by a demographic to define themselves and have other people kind of define them that eventually became so perverted that it now exists as a pejorative. Right. Whereas when hype beast was a forum and then a new site, it's yo, what up? You're a hype beast, I'm a hype beast too. You're a yuppie, I'm a yuppie.
Well,
where now it's die sneakerhead scum. Similar fucking thing, right? So yes.
Episode title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, you might think that you're being subversive, and maybe you are, but we don't know. It's like people not wearing masks, right? We don't know if you're not wearing a mask because you believe the science and you listen to the CDC,
right?
Or if you're not wearing a mask because you're anti-mask and a fucking
you're Q or you're a fucking anti-vaxxer or whatever
if you're wearing this Yuppie Scum shit, you might be doing it for the right reasons. You might be doing it because you're yo, look at me, I got a fucking Salomon Brothers.
Yeah.
Salomon.
Do you see this last thing, or do you see this kind of fading out by the end of the summer?
This is well, honestly, I think that even the Banker Bro shit is kind of faded. Pretty
because Prep and Ivy, as we mentioned, they're always in the conversation every couple of years, or by the day. These trends are always in the conversation every couple of years because they're part of. They are true menswear archetypes that exist within the cyclical nature of our universe. Versus this, to me, feels too laser specific. Where if you were, for example, if you were listening to this and you're eyeing some fire vintage Land Rover piece of merch that you were on the fence about, and you're yo, this tee is sick. Should I spend $250? I would say no because I don't know. Well, what are the reasons you're buying it? But if you're buying it because it's hyper cool, I don't know if this is gonna necessarily last.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're gonna.
This feels like a flash.
This feels like a bit of a blip. I think it's gonna swing back a little bit to just solid basics, great color palette.
It's a flash and frying pan. You ever go to that fucking bar, Frying Pan? Speaking of fucking Finn, bro.
Yeah. You go to Frying Pan, you're gonna see guys in their actual Banker merch, and you're gonna look you're gonna feel like an asshole. We're oh, bro, you still work at Lehman Bros? What the fuck?
I will say one thing that always bugs me out is if you're wearing some shit like this, and we've all been there to some degree, and the wrong person approaches you and goes, "Yo, man, that thing's fire." You're damn, fuck.
And that's because
this shit is cooked.
These guys, these white men that you are fucking aping and caping and putting on a pedestal, they are the they are the ultimate trend killers in that they're going to take
sure,
something
sure,
and only wear it because it signifies, it's like, you know how much
for
you
the
pay
wrong
for it,
reasons,
right?
yeah.
Which brings us to
Hmm.
the most prestigious name in pants. Greg Kelly,
Yeah.
a anchor. I think he was formerly of Fox News, now on Newsmax because he's so fucking crazy. Posted a photo of himself with Trump.
Too hot for TV, dude.
Yeah, wearing what he claimed were Balmain motorcycle cargo pants, but were definitely fake.
He took a picture with Trump.
Yes.
And he called them.
Children 45, Trunk's fucking Adderall, neck veins were fucking popping.
He looked good. He looked good.
Yeah. Looking like a sexy twinkler.
He looked like his sphincter was about to
twink
fuck.
like Larry.
When he's fucking smiles and he's so strained, he really looks like his sphincter is about to explode out his fucking ass.
You know he's copping the Shardy pack every day.
What in that fit, Greg Kelly is wearing a blazer, sport coat, like a collared sport shirt, Balmain. Well, what he said was Balmain motorcycle cargo pants and then like Ferragamo loafers. The fit is unhinged.
I know the fit is hard. I'm wondering if like he thinks that the Balmain pants are like.
Did he call them Bugle Boys as a joke? He's like in my Bugle. He did say like in my Bugle Boy jeans, almost being like, I know the pants are crazy, and he's almost like downplaying it. But then
he's like, no, they're Balmain, and then people are like, really, you paid $1,500 for those pants, and then in actuality, he bought the Alibaba, twos, which cost $96.
So if you're Greg Kelly, right, you have a stylist, you don't have a stylist. How does he even find? Did he get an Instagram ad? Did he cop off the timeline? How did he even How did these even come across his radar?
I'm sure he lives in like one of those like conservative outposts outside of Miami, and I'm sure they have just like a department store that is just like, is 6 years behind like what is actually popping, right?
Right, because Balmain is not like cool anymore.
Yes.
When's the last time you were on Fairfax in LA, like just like on the Strip? Because there is a fake. When I saw these, I immediately thought of there's a store on Fairfax that I don't know if it's been like written about in the press a lot, but it always pops up every now and then because it's just a whole bootleg store. There's like no signage out front, and a lot of like the homies at 424, the homies at Supreme, Undefeated, Stone Island, all the like real brands on Fairfax hate these guys because they literally sell not even like they're reps, right? They're like masquerading as like actually like illegal to sell them, but
that's the best part, right? Is that they're not 1-to-1 reproductions or bootlegs. It's like a fucking Frankenstein of like.
Oh,
everything.
I was saying the other thing that these are that this store is like,
rip-offs?
and I think that these Balmain jeans, while the fabric is so shitty that like the color doesn't match up, I think they're like almost exactly one for one, some terrible style. But we say all this to ask, this begs the question, what is actually, because it's not Balmain, the most prestigious pants or brand?
Most prestigious brand in pants?
The most prestigious brand in pants in your estimation?
So pants is where we had a call earlier this week, and it was with, for the first time in the history of the goddamn motherfucking boys, we were like, yo, could X person on this call maybe help us out with doing a little clothing pull? Do we want to level up and be?
We will never work with the stylist, but we will work with someone work in conjunction with them to help us get as fly as possible because we are like, fly yuppie scum.
And I was like, my weakest category, my wardrobe is suiting or in like
tailoring,
non-serious suiting, right? I can go to a funeral, I can go to a wedding. Can I go to I don't know, some fucking 70s drug den? Yes, definitely.
Of course.
Maybe not 2 or 3 nights in a row without
without repeating the same look.
Repeating. And then
this guy showed up to the orgy wearing the same leisure suit.
And then shout out Jonah Weiner, who may or may not be on the podcast in 2 weeks, but it really is like pants are always fucking hard, right? And I'm not talking denim. Pants are a struggle where it's always like, A, I buy more pants than I need because I never have the perfect pants. I'm getting there. But then B, I'm very hesitant on pulling the trigger because I'm always wary of getting the wrong pants. Besides the 316,
and I was gonna say, I think
fatigues.
that this I will echo Jimmy. I think that pants are one of the hardest, if not the hardest, category for guys to buy, and I think that we just saw the breakdown of the 316 TF summer fatigues. We saw like the numbers, and that shit was wildly successful because I think that we offered up an option that not just we were looking for in our own wardrobe, but that like a lot of guys were looking for. Like jeans are already hard as fuck as it is. Like the right jeans for your body shape. So obviously more people make jeans than just like trousers and pants. So yes, I would agree it is extremely hard to nail, and I think it might be the most difficult category to shop for
because it has to do with your body body width, your height, the size of your fucking wagon, everything.
The
where you wear
curvature of
them.
your scrot.
So I know that you have one answer. I'm just gonna kind of go.
Well, no,
through
I
my,
have
current
multiple.
rota-
I have
I'm
multiple.
gonna go through my
answers.
current rotation, which is definitely been wearing the 316 throwing fatigues, cinched
goes
at the
without
ankle
saying.
slightly. Not crazy. I'm not choking them with shits like a white guy wearing Tim's. The Tory Van Thompson Dickies, the mashup joints with the crease.
Mm-hmm.
Needles track pants, Our Legacy denim, and a bunch of EG pants. That's like my go-to.
So of all of those, what is the most prestigious brand in pants? EG.
I mean, at face value, it's probably EG or Legace, but like personally speaking, I'm still and that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
Being a John's enthusiast, you're never quite done.
A John's enthusiast work is never finished.
When I get the fucking Thanos fist
Yeah.
of pants, then I will kill myself.
And you have
because I
all
can
the
finally be
the
released.
infinity pants. Yeah,
Exactly.
What
about you?
I think for me, said this a few times on the pod. I think Lemaire makes the finest kind of pants in the world. A little relaxed, pleated. Sometimes there's a drawstring or an elastic waist. I think Jonah was wearing Lemaire trousers on the pod. Lemaire trousers are very expensive. Obviously, there's the Uniqlo U version at a fraction of the cost. I think that while that is a great fucking value and deal, I think that the actual fabric you get from mainline Lemaire really fucking takes it to the level of most prestigious branded pants. And then I will say my dark horse kind of alluded to this also on the pod recently when we were shitting all over Noah's absolutely horrendous fucking graphic tees.
No racist.
I will say that in terms of like loud, insane trousers, when Noah really fucking turns those fucking swatches up to 11 and they hit him with that fucking high rise and that fucking single pleat, I got a couple pairs of those. I've rented some from Seasons. Shout out the homies. That to me that's up there too. And that is honestly, in spite of everything that is happening with Noah right now in the brand and how they're kind of losing the plot a bit, becoming the butt of a lot of jokes, some of which we have made ourselves. I think that their shit is fucking fire. But I like a high rise, right? I'm speaking for myself. It's
good for the
right?
tuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, you have pins for days. Right?
Yeah.
So you want to show them shits off.
Sure, 100%.
Yeah. So I guess is that it for pants talk? Should we talk celebs? Should we talk celebs?
So what, you're saying that Greg Kelly is not a celeb?
All right. So Ben Affleck back with J-Lo. Bennifer back.
Do you think that's a good play? You like that? I like them together.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't really care. I do love that.
People really do care. I kind of
really
don't care
fucking
either.
care.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is like the whole Y2K. Like,
yes,
when were they
exactly.
Like 03?
Wow, you think it might be like a fucking branding psyop for both of them trying to like rebound and get their shit back on track?
It definitly feels like both of them
like
are now
any Taylor Swift relationship where it's like completely
Exactly.
manufactured, or any Tom Cruise marriage.
It feels like it could be John Travolta marriage.
Yeah.
It feels like it definitely could be. But also like not that like either of them were like faltering or in like people's bad graces, but I do love that era. I was like, yo, go Yankees, when people were like, did you see photos of your ex-fiance with
I mean, I don't think
Benny Boy?
A-Rod's like down bad, but from what I understand, I think he was like trying to make a play. I mean, listen, if it's J-Lo, you got to be doing everything in your power, because talk about a fucking catch, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be a misogynist. I'm not trying to fucking, say anything
this
that would
does
get me in
come on
trouble,
the-
but
this-
I mean, come the fuck on.
This does come on the heels
She's
of
iconic.
a very viral moment where
Badass.
okay, forgot about that. This does come on the heels of a very viral moment where a woman, a very
This is
young
like
woman, by the
last
way,
week, yeah.
posted on her TikTok green screen effect. You don't know
Nice.
about that.
No, I do. I'm aware.
Ben Affleck, she unmatched with Ben Affleck on Raya,
Right.
because she didn't think it was him, and so Ben Affleck sent her a video on Instagram story going, "Hello, it's Ben.
Yeah.
Why'd you unmatch
What was
me?"
her name? It was some crazy
I don't know.
name.
I don't know.
But also, can I ask you a question? So you're familiar with Raya. You're on Raya. You have Raya.
Yeah.
You have to be verified. So how did she think that it was fake?
You don't have to be
No,
verified.
but isn't Raya like they gatekeep and they make sure that it's all by the book? Like I can understand impersonating or catfishing, I guess is the term, someone on Tinder, because it's more of like the Wild
I guess that
West.
just
But
speaks
isn't Raya more? I thought it was more buttoned up. Like the fact that she didn't think it was him, almost. And I know that's crazy to think that Ben Affleck
Yeah, there's
would be on Raya, but
There's no bots or anything, but I guess, bro, maybe that really speaks to how unhinged Ben Affleck's messaging game must have been before he even took it to fucking Instagram video. Where
Yeah.
she's like, there's no way this is Ben Affleck. There's no way this is one half of Bennifer.
Yeah.
There's no way this is
This
the
fucking bozo.
Oscar-winning director of Argo or Agro or whatever the fuck.
Argo. Well, won Best Picture. He did not win Best Director,
Okay.
but he won Best Original Screenplay with Matt Damon, obviously for Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting jacket. So, yeah, I guess like she must have just thought that it wasn't him. And I have heard that there are a ton of male celebrities on here who are like
On Raya,
who are to the point where just like, are you like they are so fucked up in the head where they're just such savages. I heard that Matthew Perry was fucking disgusting to a friend of mine, and then another video surfaced, and it didn't really make as many waves as Ben Affleck because it's Matthew Perry.
Right, nobody cares.
But he FaceTimed with the girl, and he's like laying on his bed like this, and he's like. And she's like, throwback to the time that Matthew Perry played 20 Questions with me.
Ugh.
And he just goes,
do you always play with your hair this much?
Oh my god.
and he's fucking, he's Matthew Perry. He's fat. He's wrinkled. He's dealing.
He
with
gets
all
ass
these
though. I
issues.
mean, that's the thing.
Does
like,
he?
hate. I mean, come on, bro. He's Chandler. Chandler Bing, dude. You know Chandler Bing fucks. If you think that Matthew Perry, despite being gross and creepy, isn't fucking cleaning up, I think you're kind of you got another thing coming. But Michael, here's the thing. Here's all we care about. What you've been on Raya. What celebrities have you seen and or matched with? That's all we care about. Let's just get to the fucking point here.
Okay, I'll go with scene first. The crazy celebrities I've seen are Cara Delevingne.
Is she bi?
She must be bi, or she must just have her settings wrong.
Huh.
Right? Because she's like seeing.
Does Raya pay? You think Raya, real quick aside, you think Raya pays celebs to be on?
That was a whole thing.
like,
but
make
then
it seem like cool?
I think that got taken down. I'm sure they pay like
Debunked?
hot influencers for
Sure,
to,
I
like, be on
mean,
it.
yeah.
Like celebrities, like why would they pay celebrities?
Is it
they can't afford to pay
Is
celebrities.
it your favorite dating app, Raya? Is it the best one? Because then, if yes, then hot people would want to be on it, right?
They're all trash.
Okay.
They're all trash. I saw Madonna on there. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Really?
My age settings are at the far ends of
Yeah,
my
sure,
spectrum.
totally. Respect. Respect.
Who else? Celebrity wise. And then in terms of matches, match with Krayshawn.
Right. Yeah.
Gucci,
Okay.
Gucci, Louis, Fendi,
How'd
Prada.
that go? How does that go? You
We never
matched with
messaged.
Krayshawn?
We never messaged.
Why not? Oh, it was more of like, it was just a bit to you, so you could like tell people on a podcast that you matched
Yeah,
them, but you never
exactly,
were
like
going to
6 years
engage.
later. No, you. So it used to be that you match and then whatever. Now it's like you match and then you have 10 days to talk and then it disappears. But this was grandfathered into like a permanent match.
Who is
Krayshawn never
like the
talked to
hot
her.
other chick with her? Betty Crocker? Or what was the?
I don't fucking know.
Remember,
I mean,
there was like
the one that didn't say the N-word?
Yeah.
I think she could say the N-word.
But I think she might be a lesbian or
Okay.
whatever. But anyway, okay. So Krayshawn, when you never messaged,
two others. One, a older woman who was like a Top Chef winner who has like crazy spiky blonde hair, who's like in her 50s. She messaged me. She said something like, "Hey, you look awesome!" Like very
What?
boomer.
Wait, is this the chef that everyone's thinking of with spiky
Yeah.
blonde hair?
Yeah.
She's famous.
Yeah.
What's her name? We
I don't
don't
know. I don't know. The female Guy Fieri, Gal Fieri.
So you matched with
Episode
Gal
title.
Fieri.
Matched with Gal Fieri. And then the last celebrity I matched with, and this is like a great lineup of celebrities that I matched with. It's also
No,
it's like,
it's a cornucopia of psychos.
you also will see people on there and you're like, who is this person? And you click, it's linked to your Instagram. You click on their Instagram and they have like 17 million followers. You're like, who is this fucking?
Well, it's just being an influencer, right?
It's like musicians that you've never heard
Sure,
of,
right.
or they're huge in like Russia or India or some shit.
Secondary markets, tertiary markets. Yeah.
All right, the last one was Leslie Jones. Match with
What?
Leslie Jones did not, and that was very much like,
Again, your age setting was up all the way.
exactly. No messaging between us, and which is unfortunate because I'm sure it would have been a fun time.
I'm surprised that you didn't just like see where, like, just let me see where this goes for content or whatever.
That
Leslie
just seems
Jones,
like a little too like. It seems like you're
Oh.
toying, like not toying with their emotions because they're not in love with you, but it's like a little like. It seems manipulative.
You're
where
not
it's
on
like,
your Matthew
I'm
Perry
not-
shit.
I'm not actually fucking with you. I'm just like seeing where like string you along. That seems fucked up.
all these women. Honestly, you could have led with, "Do you always wear your hair like that?" Because they all have fucking low-key fucked up dome pieces. I'm not here to necessarily cast a stone, but I did just get a haircut.
Okay.
And
You
yeah,
always wear your hair like that?
Krayshawn. I don't know what Krayshawn's hair is, so maybe I'll give her a pass. But Gal Fieri and Leslie Jones. I mean, come on, ladies.
You know what? I just got to put myself out there a little more. I need people to know.
Is that
me.
what you need to do?
I need people to know me a little better, Lawrence.
I wonder if anyone, and I'm sure this happened. I wonder if people have like matched with you and on their podcast that nobody listens to, they have fucking horror stories of you on your fucking bullshit.
I don't know. Probably. I have gotten a few like, oh, like
I thought I was talking to sexy Jimmy, but it turned out to be horny Jimmy.
turned out to be just angry Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, I mean maybe I gotta just put put a little more out there. I don't even say like throwing fits or podcast hosts on.
Well, I mean, if it's linked to your IG, though, honestly, if your riot is linked to your IG and people are looking at your IG, I don't think they would even like know like what is. You're not like real. I don't know. We're not obviously famous, and the pod isn't like that popular.
Well, look, if anyone on Riot is listening right now, maybe you can, maybe you know me a little better now. Maybe you don't. Maybe I haven't opened up. Maybe in this next segment I will be opening up.
Okay.
In this segment that we call,
what do we call
Get
it?
to Know Jimmy and Larry.
Oh, really? That's what we're calling it?
Your phone?
Yeah.
I was fucking waiting for you to intro the segment.
Oh, sorry.
Let's
I
go
have.
first.
Oh, I'm gonna. So we did this recently, but we have some afters questions for each other. You know, sometimes it's a light week.
Even though we're at an hour, like we could stop.
Sometimes,
now, but we're gonna keep it going.
Sometimes Matthew Perry doesn't do enough sexual violence where we have to, toss it to the boys. But we have some fun. Would you rather? Just because you and I, we've been spending so much time together recently. But there is a period where we were two ships passing the night. There was a panini after all. So
it's also like guy shit where it's like, yo, bro, yeah, you see that ass on her? We don't like actually ask each other questions.
Don't fucking loop me into this bullshit, dude. If anything, I feel like every week we have extremely deep conversation with 18 million listeners. You want to go first or you want to go second?
In terms of answering or asking?
Asking. You want to go first?
I'll ask you. Would you rather get all your hair back or have Israel recognize Palestinian statehood?
Oh, god damn. I mean, listen, bro.
Which I'm not saying two-state solution.
No.
I'm not saying solution. I'm not saying peace in the Middle East. I'm saying Israel recognizes Palestine as its own nation state.
Well, listen. Nobody's free until everybody is free. Full stop. With that said, give me my hair back, baby. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'd want Israel to take the first
we're
step.
We're well behind the paywall. There are no more Jews listening.
I mean,
all the Jews tuned out when I said Krayshawn.
This is a tough one. I think. Listen, if you're telling me, let me ask you a question now.
Don't answer my question with a question.
You can't guarantee that Israel taking the first step and even acknowledging that these people have any fucking basic human rights to their land would even result in a solution. We're just talking about an acknowledgement. Because the acknowledgement happens and then it's going to get completely perverted and nothing is going to happen.
Hey.
Yeah. We don't hate Israeli people. We hate the Israeli government. We hate the IDF. There's a big difference. The state and people are different. Give me my hair back. My question time.
All right.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be forced to move again immediately?
Okay.
Or start your wardrobe
like a Palestinian.
Or start your wardrobe over completely from scratch.
Forced to move again. Are you fucking kidding me?
You want to move again? You're not even really done moving. You want to moving? You moved down the hall, and how much did this suck?
Sucked a lot. But building the wardrobe, only now am I nearing the
I know.
completion is in
Hence
sight.
the question.
26 years, a lifetime of building this wardrobe.
Yo, but here a little fucking devil's advocate, Al Pacino, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Pacino. Honestly, Keanu Reeves, Pacino, 1,000%.
Great Reeves.
Wouldn't you relish in its own weird way the opportunity to have like a blank slate and begin building?
Wait, so do I have all the knowledge? It's like
yes,
so you go back.
I'm literally talking about just tomorrow.
You go back like 10 years.
No.
Invest everything in Dogecoin.
No, first of all, there's no fucking time travel in this scenario.
No. What I'm saying is that I have all the knowledge.
You're just tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're waking up in your new place, your new what are we calling it? Chez Jamais. You're waking up, but your closet is you're first of all, you're butt ass naked. You got nothing.
What do you call me?
Butt ass naked.
Okay, but I do have the knowledge of like,
you have
I know
the same
that I
brain.
Like throwing pod shorts.
It's the same.
Okay.
It's the same life.
Woo. Bro, do I get refunded from all the money?
No, it just disappears. It evaporates. But you have your current dough situation, which you always talk about how rich you are, you fucking yuppie scum.
I know.
You fly yuppie scum. That's the episode title. I'm not going to let you.
Fly yuppie scum?
Yeah, fly yuppie scum.
The thing is that all that money is currently earmarked for
furniture.
Very fire furniture. I got my lady friend, Jackie, who, by the way, tells me that mid-century, very played out.
Well, I mean,
Which,
I think
I knew that in my gut, but I needed.
I don't know shit about furniture design, really, so I'm the wrong guy to ask. Okay, you needed to hear that.
Yeah. Fly yuppie scum.
Okay, all right. Next question.
Okay. What about you? Because you've been like entrenched in
And it's funny.
I'm not going to say the address because I don't want Chef to.
Yeah,
Chef anymore. It's already
I live
kinda
on the
late.
border of Bed-Stuy and Clinton Hill. We'll let that rock. We just have the opportunity now to renew our lease. I love my place. I love my neighborhood. I don't want to move. Yeah,
You've
fuck.
gone through iterations and iterations of John's identity, like more so than most.
I mean, I could, and honestly, if I had to start from scratch, I feel like I could definitely easily. Sounds so fucking spoiled, but I would get like fire. Could easily get Fire Flow and start from there again. With that said, and we just got some fucking sick ass suits. I don't want to lose that suit before I wear it.
See, I was going to say what I would lose and would never be able to get back is all the stuff that you have sentimental attachment to.
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
Which, like,
yeah.
with vintage being a thing, and also just kind of like undercutting.
There might be 5 things I can't live without, honestly. So,
What are they?
Shoes. Oh, I don't know. Fuck, you're right. And I can
Bro,
get all that
you
stuff.
can't get the Throwing Fits the pod loafers. You can't get those.
I could make it work. It's our shit. We could figure it out. First of all, you have my sample. Oh no, I gave the sample back to Chris for the second pair. You're right. Fuck, I thought you had him here. It's a tough one. I'm going to move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep my wardrobe.
All right.
And probably fucking purge
Yeah.
while in
Same.
the process.
All right, same answer. Okay. Next question for you. Similar to the whole Israel-Palestine thing happening right now, would you rather have to repost every twee social justice infographic? Oh, it's not that simple. Oh, is this anti-Semitism? Oh, let me tell you. Here's the answer in 5 slides or less. For the next 5 years, you have to repost all of them shits.
How many? All of them?
Every single time there's like one that is like
a popular one. The
it's
one
like the one that you're constantly
with all
seeing.
with fake information, with fake news baked into
you
it.
have to repost that, or never be able to delete a tweet ever again.
Oh,
You're
well,
a big tweet deleter.
So I'm gonna definitely never be able to delete a tweet because my thing is that so when I tweet shit, whether I'm fucking sober or I'm fucking absolutely fucking sautéed and flambéed, I like it in the moment, and it's only being deleted if the populace don't agree with me, if they didn't necessarily think it hit. So if anything, I should take this question just as a fucking, and draw a line in the sand, just stand by my fucking shit and not care what other people think, because weirdly I don't care what other people think about anything else in my life, but
except for your tweets.
But seeing a tweet brick, I fucking hate it, and if anything, makes me second guess my sense of humor, the thing about myself that I maybe hold in the highest esteem after my fucking personal style. So honestly, I need to learn to move past that and stop being a fucking slave to the TL.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck those infographics. I'll never delete a tweet ever again.
All right, I would love to see you not delete your tweets.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I read one out on the Jonah Weiner pod that
Okay,
that went over.
You should delete that one.
I'll
delete that shit from your fucking brain. Because that shit was
neuralize
terrible.
myself.
Yeah.
I'll let that one rock on the pod 2 weeks from now, and you guys can tell me what you think of. It's an Elliot Page joke, so if you want to just look out for it. Okay, James, and I asked this because I know when the menthol ban kicked in, you had a cheeky little Newport.
Cheeky cig.
How many do you have? One? Or you have
Just one.
Okay.
That's all I can
All right.
handle.
Would you rather smoke an entire pack of menthols, Newports, in one sitting, or be forced to go sober for a month?
You asked where the toilet paper was. I showed you where the double ply Charmin was under the sink. If I smoked a full fucking pack to the dome,
Yeah.
I would.
Like getting caught by mom. Like now you got to smoke the whole
No,
pack.
what I'm saying is that I would have enough toilet paper to like handle all the dookie from. The
That's what
fallout.
cigs make you do is
Cigs make you
shit yourself?
like almost immediately.
Instant? I mean, they are.
It's not like instant. It's not like instant.
I
quick,
guess
but,
I've smoked so much in my life that like it doesn't. First of all, that is a straight up biological fact that'll
Although
happen.
I would
but
say, well, okay, what month would it have to be like right now? Would it be
What
like
month?
from now until like 30 days from now?
Oh,
Or could I pick like February next year or some shit?
no, I don't. I think it kicks in automatically tomorrow. I guess.
This is a great drinking month, so I would just smoke all the cigs and just
And shit yourself.
shit myself. I would just not leave the house for like a few days and just like I would have to. It would take me a long time to recover. But yeah, going with the menthols.
Okay. All
All right, Lawrence. With things opening up, would you rather always get VIP treatment at every club/bar you go to,
I love that.
or always get VIP treatment at every restaurant you go to?
Oh, well, this is a good question because it just shows. Ooh, so you said bar and club? I don't
Yeah.
go clubbing.
Well,
really?
but you might if you get VIP like bottles, models.
Does this apply to whoever I'm with? Because I'm the VVVIP. I'm
You
Drake.
bring the whole fucking crew.
I get
through.
treated like champagne poppy wherever I pop up.
Yes.
I pop up to pop out. I'm gonna go
You go,
restaurants.
you go through the kitchen.
I'll do restaurants only because
like a free amuse bouche.
no, because
like a free drink.
so like tonight I'm seeing friends and I don't know where it's gonna like end up, but like everything now at this stage in our lives, dinner is the main.
Sure.
So it's got to be. I mean, that's an age thing. Yo, if this was 10 years ago, 10 years ago. If this was 4 years ago, I mean, I love free drinks at a bar. Do you have a situation anywhere where you're a regular and you get treatment?
I mean, not recently, obviously.
Well, sure. I guess before the pandemic.
I mean, R.I.P. Kinfolk. I guess like La Noche.
Oh, right,
No,
sure.
I mean, not currently, which really sucks. But also that's just because the reality, and also like I wouldn't want to take. I got free shots at a bar because I was there with like
because they thought you were Keanu Reeves.
We're
They thought you were
celebrating-
the devil's advocate.
we were celebrating a momentous event in Dick Sucking Ron's life, and so they were like, "Yo, free shots," and then like people started vomiting.
Does Dick Sucking Ron's wife have a nickname?
Dick Sucking Rhonda? No, I don't know.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah. So I guess the answer is no. I mean, am I looking to change that? Yes. Bernie's maybe. Bernie's and Frankel's because
In your scenario, when we go to the restaurant, we're getting drinks and we also get that comped because it's still the restaurant.
I think you get
right?
like a bunch of free drinks. I think you get like a free like digestif. I think you get like compliments to the chef. He wants you to try this like amuse bouche or appetizer that is off menu or we're testing out or whatever. And then also like you show up and like you get the best table, right? No reservations necessary.
I like that. No reservations would be sick. Although I will say, and this just happened today, and that's why it's top of mind. When I was at Finelli earlier today, my favorite waitress there, Sheena, we were catching up. We hadn't seen each other in a long time. I take a lot of listen. If I'm paying for lunch. If you're taking me out to lunch, we're going to like Cafe Ultra Paradiso. If I'm taking you out to lunch, like I did today with our boy Greg Babcock, we're going to Finelli. But it was cool to see her.
Wendy's if you're lucky.
And we didn't get anything for free, even though we drank a lot and ate a lot. But it was nice to catch up. Got some nice compliments on the fit, and that made me realize, like, yo, despite being a cheap fucking Jew, sometimes all I really want is just a fucking compliment, and is a wink, is a fucking dap. So honestly,
you know why you're not getting free shit from restaurants right now? It's because restaurants are suffering.
No, I know. I wasn't expecting anything free. I'm going to take restaurant. Okay, next question. James, would you rather never be able to shave your face? And I know we're doing the whole, like, you're taped up right now, but you let the shit grow a little bit. So we've seen what it could be like. Never be able to shave your face or never be able to shave your pubes.
Oh, shave my face. You got to frame the junk nicely.
So you're going to be out here like Rasputin?
But it's never going to get that crazy.
You don't think so? You don't
No.
know. What's the longest you've ever gone without shaving? You don't know.
The longest I went without shaving was probably, longest amount of time was probably when I was like in.
Bro, your mustache, like, cause you get like a sensei type mustache.
It like
shit.
curls up.
No,
it goes over my mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Oh,
yo,
damn,
this
you're
shit's
right.
you're gonna be fully caged up.
But I can part them shits like.
You could,
like,
but you're gonna be like a
you're
guy
like-
that. You're gonna have to be like waxing
wax-
your
wax
wax
on,
on,
wax
wax
off?
off. So you're gonna always have you're always gonna have little
But not
Jimmy
shave-
framed.
having-
never shave, never again. You can't touch it once.
Yeah, but I'd rather like never shaving your pubes. Your dick just disappears. There's like concerns about like disease and smegma, and smell and taste.
Crabs.
With this, yeah, like all that.
Wait, you
yeah.
don't think that your pubes? So you're saying that at a certain point, you would expect at its peak, right? The most hairiest, your beard will be more manageable than your pubes
Yes.
hitting really a point of no return.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to
I'm not saying my pubes are gonna be like out of control. I'm just saying that like you're gonna have it's gonna
right.
be like a fucking. You're just gonna see a little one-eyed button.
I'm
right?
I'm the reverse. I like always. I don't want to have. I don't know what I would be like. So I would have to. I would
so
have to let the
But
pubes go.
But you're married. Is the other thing, right?
That's
So,
also
like,
fair too. So it's kind of for me. That's an easier question. I mean, I guess that's why I asked you, the single man.
All right, great segue into my next question. Would you rather every pair of loafers that you own look like very, very realistic dicks, or your dick looks like a horse bit loafer?
Is it the size of a size 10
No,
horse
it's like a
loafer?
mini- it's like a child's-
It's like
a child's horse bit
for
loafer.
child's loafer.
It's like a keychain.
Gucci for kids.
Yeah, but it has it. The only thing that is like inorganic is that there is a metal horse bit
Right,
on
right,
your
right.
penis that looks like a loafer.
So it's like a It's like a Prince Albert piercing, but on the top
Yeah.
and across the. I mean, yo, do I fuck better with the loafer dick? Is it more pleasurable?
You gotta learn how to wield
How to wield
the loafer.
How to wield that dog? Can I buy new loafers? Every loafer always looks so I can't wear loafers ever again.
You buy the loafers as soon as the transaction is complete and they come into your position. Dicks.
But all other types of shoes are available for me.
Yes.
Shit, dude. I don't know. I don't want to like lose loafers, but I mean, I don't know, because part of me thinks like, yo, maybe the loafer dick, it's like it becomes a superpower. It's all fucking crazy shaped. Who knows what fucking angles and corners and nooks and crannies that shit's hitting.
You get calluses on the pussy.
And
put an insole
that
on your
shit
dick.
would be fucking shiny. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be fucking not chopped up and not slopped up. That's for damn sure. Looking like I just left JFK. Got the guy going fucking shit is glistening. I don't know. I think I'll keep my penis. I'm happy with it. It's fine. It gets the job done. And I will only wear fucking boots and lace ups and sneakers and shit, I guess.
All right.
That was a tough one. James.
Yo.
Would you rather?
Is this your fourth or your fifth?
This is my fourth.
Okay.
So I have this and one more. Would you rather shit your pants live on pod, free pod,
Okay.
and it's not cut out?
Who's the guest?
And, doesn't matter.
Is it like a hot girl I have a crush on, or is it like
Yes,
Okay.
sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Or piss your pants in front of everyone at the upcoming TF barbecue July
17th?
Don't buy a ticket just yet, but if we say it, that means we have to do it.
Definitely piss my pants in front of everyone at the Throwing Fish Barbecue because one, like, it's gonna be all love. It's gonna be all support.
Even if you piss yourself,
I know that there's gonna be a fucking member of the throw gang that's gonna be like, Jimmy, I'm your champion, and hold up like a clean pair of boxers, not boxer briefs, and someone else is gonna fucking rip off their pod shorts, which should be in hand by then, right? I would think, I would hope.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
And lend me those.
Oh, I don't know if you should wear them. That's like wearing the band tee. No, I guess you could.
No, wear them.
Well, if everyone wears them, that's gay.
and then you have to gather with your color, and then we just we just mosh.
It's fucking Hunger Games. That's your fucking
yeah.
if peeing your pants is cool, then I'm horny.
Because shitting in your pants, like peeing in your pants, is a relatively easy cleanup. I think that what people don't really understand with shitting in your pants, I haven't shat my pants in many years.
Right, I've done both these things. It happens.
Is the mess of it, right?
Oh,
And
I mean, you're tossing. Well, the underwear has to be thrown away.
Yeah.
And the pants. I mean, you could. I'm trying to think if I've ever
also,
tried
like,
to.
if we're at their hotel or their like place of business, like there's probably not gonna be. Well, I guess hotel there might be a shower, but like the shoes are gonna be ruined. You know I'm fucking wearing a fire fit. You know at the Throwing Fits barbecue, I already know it's gonna get messy. I already know there's a chance of showers in the forecast. Golden showers in the forecast. So you know I'm already wearing some fucking beaters and probably like my the samples of the pod shorts, not the actual like product final retail version of the pod shorts.
So you're saying that shitting your pants is worse than peeing your pants, not to mention more people listen to the show than will be at the barbecue. So it's the worst thing, the more embarrassing worst thing happening in front of more people. Maybe I should have switched the question.
Yes, and I think that peeing your pants, people will be
I
like,
did this in 5 minutes.
Legendary.
Okay.
Whatever. All right, last question for you. Would you rather extend the life of your daughter, Pepper, for 10 years, but you go completely bald tomorrow, or keep your hair where it's at now, but Pepper follows her natural course of life and dies in a few years?
Well, she's 6. Okay, so let's clarify. She's 6, and French bulldogs, I think if you're lucky, you're getting 10 or 12.
All right, let's
so
say
she's
10.
So she's middle-aged.
4 more years with your hair as it is now, or 10 more years, more than double.
Wait, by saying my hair, is that a hack where my hair freezes in time right now? Or it continues to progress?
Like both your hair and Pepper continue along their natural
their
progression. Or you can go bald tomorrow, but you get an extra 10 years of life. So not only do you get the next 4 years of Pepper, but the next 10 on top of that. So she lives to 20.
And is she in bad shape, or she's in like it's free?
It like slows down. It slows down.
Time
so
slows down for her?
Yeah.
Damn, though, but even 10 more years, even with time slowing down, she's going to be in bad shape. I just wonder if that's going to be more trouble than it's worth for everybody involved.
Stop justifying the making the wrong choice here.
I mean, she's in really good shape, and like we take care of her. So I want to say that she doesn't have 4 more. She probably legitimately has probably closer to 6 or 7. Honestly,
but
bro,
another 10 on top of that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna honestly be a detriment, and not like, I know in theory it sounds good, but I think it's gonna be sloppy for everyone. I say, listen, it's in God's hands. Let's roll the dice. I'm taking Hims. She's at the vet today, seeing the dermatologist. Shout out JB.
Dermatologist.
Well, she has fucking dude.
The
French
dog
bulldogs, the
skin?
fucking worst fucking allergies, all this
okay.
shit. So you know the fucking vibe. So we're just gonna
So
let it rock.
You're keeping the lettuce.
We're gonna let it rock. Yeah.
The arugula.
James, would you rather never be able to wear sunglasses or condoms ever again?
Oh,
So here's the deal. So this is my thought process. You're a single guy. To fuck moving forward, you are going to have to wear condoms, and you are going to eliminate.
Some might say.
And you're going to cut down on a lot of the potential sex if you're not fucking strapped up.
But wearing the
Sunglasses
and looking
rock
cool
is
how you get pussy.
Chicken or the egg, bro.
So
again, great question by me.
chicken or the vagina. I'm gonna say no condoms because like we've made it this far.
All right, can I ask you a super fucking loaded question?
Yes, and then I might cut the recording early, but yes.
So think about the people that you sleep with in New York, right?
Okay.
And think of the women that you sleep with in New York, right? Because obviously when you have sex with guys, you go raw. That's the whole point of why you have sex with
That's why it's the best.
AIDS isn't real.
So we're all in prep.
When you're having sex, how often, the first time that you have sex, percentage-wise, would you say a condom is worn? Without... Because that's the amount of sex that we could extrapolate that you would be losing and leaving on the table because you're like, nah, I don't do that. People are going to get up and walk out the door.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
I can't.
Bro. But I keep the shades on.
Yeah. If I do, I'll die. I'm not going to give it an exact percentage or number, but I will say that I'm working on myself. Can I do better than,
25%?
Can I do better than Jimmy 10 years ago? Can I do better than Jimmy 5 years ago? Can I do better than Jimmy 6 months ago? Always. I'm always trying to improve.
Self-improvement is the number one goal.
I will say that to get it into the Baseball Hall of Fame, all you have to do is hit 300. 3 out of 10, that's all I'm saying.
Does that apply to the Pussy Hall of Fame as well?
That's Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah.
Is 3 out of 10.
So,
I'm not saying 30%. What I'm saying
because it
is
sounds
that,
like you're saying 30%.
What I'm saying is that I'm always fully stocked up. There's always.
What's your brand of choice?
I guess it's Trojans. Like it just seems like that's just kind of like
because I've opted out of the condom game.
Yeah.
Thank God. What is it, like a ultra thin?
Yeah, there's ultra thins in there. There's like it's really just kind of like
It's
whatever.
like a pharmacy.
Yeah, it's like
You want
you have to
ribs?
call the receptionist to like have them unlock it for you.
What can I do to get you a ribbed condom today?
As long as it's not like the free like I Heart NYC condoms,
garbage.
like you get on the subway or whatever. Like as long as it's
What about the Isaac I like you condoms?
I've not used those yet. Shout out Isaac. I've not used.
Shout
the
out Isaac, dude. Thanks
I
for
like
the
you
condoms, dog.
I might fill those up with water balloons and throw them at the Throwing Fits barbecue, maybe.
Yeah.
And
then it will look like everyone peed their pants.
I think everyone could do better. No one's batting 1,000. I think we can all.
And yet you're gonna go sunglasses.
Yes, I'm going sunglasses. Of course.
Right. Do as I say, not as I do.
Because you know what? There's other ways to pleasure one another than you could. Mutual masturbation.
Yeah, but what about? But then you're just
anal,
having unputpricted sex. But even aren't
oral.
Yeah. No, but I know. But I'm just saying,
hand jobs
suck.
Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe it is sunglasses. No, it's condoms. It's condoms.
You're gonna lose condoms.
I'm gonna lose condoms.
All right.
All right.
On that note, kids, this has been
the only podcast that
Brooklyn's
matters.
#1 sexual education podcast.
Because
Girls,
also technology,
we fucked.
medical technology has grown in leaps and bounds.
So you're expecting
I'm
some
sure
type
that,
of
like-
fucking chip? Oh, I guess you could get a vasectomy, which wouldn't obviously solve all of
I'm
your
not even
problems.
talking-
But
I'm not even talking kid shit. I'm talking like syphilis and herpes. The kind of like one of those I think that never goes away. Herpes. Never goes away.
We just talked about this recently.
Yeah.
It's herpes.
So
Syphilis,
not trying to get that.
chlamydia, I believe, are curable. I mean, listen, you're standing in front of us today.
Just have an honest conversation with your partner. Like, when was the last time you were tested? Can I see those test results? Can you sign this NDA?
Can you take these sunglasses off and put a condom on?
You have been listening to the only podcast that matters. Throwing Fit Shorts in stores, 520.
Yep. Don't miss out.
Rylan Gregg, we need you on that. And yeah, Chef, I'm gonna need you to throw on that. Fuck, we don't
Gucci,
have
Gooey, Louis.
that
What is
Cray
it?
Sean.
What is it? Fendi, Gucci, Louis,
Louis,
Fendi,
Fendi,
Prada.